Hi everyone, it's Dr. Christina Bosner, the Doctor Biohacking Sleeper Mom. Today we're going to be talking about why a one-size-fits-all diet almost never works. One person's medicine may be another person's poison. What's worked for one person may not necessarily work for you. We need to have metabolic flexibility. And what does that mean? It means you should be able to eat different types of food and different combinations of food and feel good. If you've been eating the same way for a long time and you still have lack of energy, indigestion, tiredness, any mood dysregulation, this may be because you're actually eating the wrong diet for what you need. Today we're going to be discussing some of the most commonly used diets and when they may not be appropriate for you. Okay, let's talk about ketogenic or high-fat, low-carb diets. Now traditionally the way these are put together is that 70 to 75% of your caloric intake is from fat, 20 to 25% is from protein, and 5% is carbohydrate. This can work really well in certain cases. I've seen this type of approach to eating work really well for dementia and cognitive decline, brain injuries, and also for people suffering from cancer and certain types of other chronic illnesses. The ketogenic diet is not recommended for other types of people. If you have a genetic predisposition to not being able to break down saturated fats and use them properly, eating this way could actually increase your cholesterol markers and it could lead to heart disease. If you have a gallbladder dysfunction or you don't have a gallbladder, eating a high-fat diet will also not be good because you have a decreased ability to break down those fats. And fats that aren't broken down can cause inflammation in the body. And as you know, if you've been following me, inflammation can be at the root of all chronic health conditions. If you're feeling moody, irritable, or lack of clarity and brain fog, this is a sign that you may have been doing keto for too long. This generally happens for women. And if you have been doing this for too long, you might want to cycle in and out of keto, which means adding some nice complex carbohydrates to your diet and cycling them in from time to time so that you don't get stuck with these symptoms. A vegan diet isn't for everybody. Vegan diets are where you eat no animal products whatsoever. Most integrative healthcare practitioners agree that more plants are better for everybody. And when done correctly, which means eating lots of plants and not eating a lot of processed food, and supplementing appropriately, the vegan diet can be healthy for some. If you are a vegan and you're not eating plants and you're not getting adequate protein, you are not healthy. I often see vegans who eat a lot of processed and boxed foods and things that look like animal protein and not getting the adequate amount of vegetables, fruits, and protein. A healthy vegan diet consists of lots of plants, veggies, and fruits, healthy fats, and adequate amounts of protein. If you're doing all these things, you're still going to have to supplement with B12 and omega-3s. B12 is crucial for proper nerve and brain function. It's not something you can get away with not doing or doing some of the times. And these are some of the issues that I see with people who are not supplementing appropriately when they are on even a healthy vegan diet. Adequate amount of protein is important for building immune cells, neurotransmitters, and healing tissues. If you are a vegan and you're experiencing brain fog, indigestion and bloating, anxiety and depression, this may not be the right diet for you and your biochemistry. Have you been doing a low FODMAP diet for a long period of time and it's no longer working for you? Let's talk about why. The low FODMAP diet was developed to help manage the symptoms of irritable bowel disease or syndrome. And it's a great place to start to relieve symptoms. But it was really designed to only be used for 2 to 6 weeks. When you're following a low FODMAP diet for a long time, you end up starving your microbiome. You have to feed your microbes in order for them to grow. How do you know if you've been doing it for too long? You start to have hormonal issues with your menstrual cycle or with mood, you have low energy, or you start to feel just generally unwell. If this sounds like you can start today by introducing some of those fermentable carbohydrates. Add some sweet potato or squash, add a low sugar fruit, and see how you feel. If the symptoms that you had before come back, then it's time to work with a gut health expert and understand what is the root cause of your issues. Tag the one person below that you know needs to hear this, and join me on my Facebook group, Myth Busting Motherhood.